Welcome to our channel, Behind My Story. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Maybe you're wondering why I'm all made up right now. Well, in 15 minutes, I'll be doing the most challenging interview ever. Before that, let me tell you the story that makes today very special. I know you're probably bored, and I'm sure you're watching this to have some fun. So just relax, I got your back. When I turned 18, I knew that I wanted to be an actress. But my parents were not very supportive of it. They said acting is just a hobby. They wanted me to take over the family business, which in general is about construction. And what do I know about construction? Nothing. They're having a hard time listening to me, as if I'm not meant to be heard. Sometimes I wonder if they really love me. One day we met this family who's known for construction as well. Plus, they've been our partners when it comes to building establishments. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with all the details. Let's get to the meaty parts. I thought dinner was just another partnership meeting, but they kept saying how special the night is. And Ryan, the most annoying guy that goes to my school, and their son kept beaming weirdly. So, when should we start planning for the wedding? Ryan's mom asked. Maybe when they're 21, my father said. They? Who? Me and Ryan? No way. They're trying to fix me up for marriage without at least letting me know. This just proves that my parents don't care about me. They only care about our social status and they're honing me to be a great asset. I am not a piece of jewelry they need to polish to make them look good. I will not be part of their plans. So that night, I ran away from home. I cashed out half the money I had in my bank and kept it in my backpack. I just need money to survive until next month. Good thing graduation is over. I could freely look for a job this summer. I was not thinking clearly when I booked a flight and went abroad where my best friend Anna is. When I arrived, she asked a lot of questions. Are you sure you can do this? You're gonna have to do things on your own now, she said. I do not know if I can survive another day. All I know is that even if I'm scared, I feel free. I feel free to do the things that I really want to do. A few weeks have passed and we left Anna's apartment. It was like a shoebox and she lost her job a month ago. So we were using my cash to pay for the bills. Sadly, I was running out of cash. We tried to look for jobs. And not having been able to work for the rest of my life, I failed as a cashier, as a waitress, and even as a clerk at a bookstore. One day, Anna had an epiphany and said, You walked out from home because you wanted to be an actress. Why don't you give it a shot? So, for the whole week, Anna accompanied me to auditions, but never once I received a call back. I realized that no matter how pretty, tall, hot, and talented you are, it's not an assurance that you could easily become an actress. The film industry is difficult to penetrate. I guess we need someone who could back us up, Anna said. But still, I never gave up. I tried to check if I still have some cash left on my ATM, but sadly, my parents froze my account. Maybe they're thinking that if I don't have any resources, I would come back home and follow their orders. I don't want that kind of life. I admit I was struggling a lot, but this is better. It is nice to have broken wings and be able to fly than to have a perfect set of wings and not be able to use them. So I told Anna, I'll never give up. Another week has passed, and I did not receive a call back. It was a Saturday night when I received a call from one of the agencies. They said that they have a project for me as a promo girl. This is so low, I told myself. I'm not degrading the job that promo girls are doing, but this is not what I want to do. It is so discouraging. But it pays enough, and we badly need to have cash for the monthly bills. I also hooked Anna up for this project, and she's happily doing it. In the middle of pouring drinks and selling products, I saw a familiar face, and when we locked eyes, I saw the disbelief in his expression. Ryan? I quickly looked for Anna and told her that we need to leave soon. I know Ryan would do everything to take me back home. I can't believe he was able to trace where I was. I ran as quickly as possible and I saw Ryan and his bodyguards trying to go after us. What's going on? Why are we running? Anna asked. I'll explain later, I promise. I said while running out of breath. Just outside the bar, there was a car that was about to leave. Good thing it was not locked. I told Anna to get in quickly. When we got inside the car, I saw the priceless reaction of the driver. Can I help you? I'm not your Uber, he said. Just please drive, I said. And at that moment, Ryan saw me inside the car. He'd tried everything to get me out of that car. And so I screamed, please drive. And just like in the movies, there's a big car chase happening on the streets. Please drive as fast as you can and I promise I'll explain everything. I said, who are you and why are you being chased? He asked. Let's just say those are bad guys, I said, referring to Ryan's group. Let's go to the police station then, he offered. No, I protested. If we go to the police station, then my parents could easily track me. I'm sure they've already started to work their connections to start finding me. They're getting closer, Anna said. I cannot believe they're still going after us, I said back. And then I heard gunshots. Unbelievable. Maybe he ordered some of his bodyguards to shoot the wheels so the car would stop? He is clearly not using his head. We could die if that happens because of a great impact. Then I heard the police car siren wailing. They were able to stop Ryan's car, and I hope he rots in jail. We noticed that the guy driving for us turned white. When I looked at him, I saw his left arm bleeding. He was able to step on the brakes before he lost consciousness. Anna and I took him to the back seat and then I took over the wheels. We brought the man to our place to give him some first aid. Good thing Anna's cousin is a doctor and he helped us with everything. When the doctor left, I told Anna who Ryan is. I told her that we could not bring the man into any of the hospitals nearby because they could follow us here. We both looked at the guy. He does not look bad, and the car he's using is actually a luxurious one. Anyway, Anna took out the wallet from his pocket and saw some ID. His name is Oliver James. We googled his name, and we were surprised to learn that this guy owns several bars and restaurants in the town. He is rich and he's self-made. The next day he woke up and complained about pain. We asked for Anna's cousin's help to bring Oliver to the hospital. Maybe Ryan and his team stopped looking for us and they didn't really see his face anyway. Ryan only saw me and Anna. I seriously cannot believe what Ryan did, Anna said. We talked about it in a bit and went back to our normal lives thinking about how we could survive the upcoming month. We did not finish the gig last night, of course, so we're not getting paid. Anna and I tried online selling, but she used her social account because I deactivated mine. We were selling my very expensive jewelry. We were only able to sell 2 items for a price off, and that would only cover half of the rent. Then Anna's cousin called and said Oliver would like to meet us at one of his restaurants. Anna said it would be better if I would meet him alone so she could continue the online selling. We did meet at a restaurant with a great rustic vibe and I saw Oliver waiting at me from the VIP area. Hi, he said with a smile. Hi, I responded in an awkward manner. A few moments later, he knows the details of what transpired 3 nights ago and who Ryan is. He also knows about my full history. I also told him why I was working as a promo girl that night. I tried to tell him my story without too many details so he would easily get the picture. So, you want to become an actress? He asked. I felt my face turn red, and I'm not sure why. Well, yeah, but no callbacks yet, I said. What if I give you a project that would last a month? He said. Go on. He was getting my attention. He said that he will be going home soon. And at the age of 22, his grandmother would like to see him engaged, or else she will be the one to look for his future wife. Oliver enjoys his life as a bachelor, and he said that when I go home single, I'm sure she would get excited to introduce me to the grandkids of her friends. I do not want that. So I guess we have something in common, he said. Okay, but what does it have to do with the project you're trying to give me? Oliver let out a really deep sigh before responding. I will hire you as an actress. I will pay you to act and pretend that you're my fiance. I almost choked on the water I was drinking upon hearing that. I was speechless for a moment. But why me? You must have a lot of girls lining up for you. Why would you need to hire someone you just met? I said. I don't like to hire someone I know. It could get complicated, he said. I opted to decline his offer because I do not want to fool myself. It's not a real acting job, and I want the real deal to happen to me. What if I pay you 5 grand a week? He offered. Well, I really do need the money right now, but my dignity ain't cheap. I declined again. What if I pay you 5 grand a week, plus shopping allowance, and I could hook you up with someone I know from the film industry? He said. Wow, that's an offer that is impossible to resist. I just found myself shaking his hand. This deal is going to solve a lot of my problems. And besides, I owe the guy. He almost died saving me. Oliver took me out on a shopping spree with Anna. He bought me expensive clothes, the ones I'm used to. I was so happy to be reunited with my favorite brands. He bought me a lot of bags, shoes, clothes, and even cosmetics. Plus, he settled all of my bills and gave me an allowance in advance. A week later, we had a long drive to his grandmother's hometown. When we arrived, his grandmother greeted us. He introduced me to his family as his fiancée. Everyone was raving about our presents, and now I know why his grandmother would like to see him married. He is literally the only man that would carry the surname. He's got only 5 sisters. At the party, his grandma announced our engagement, and as tradition, she gave him her ring, which she did put on my finger in front of a lot of people. I noticed that one of his sisters kept looking at me. When I went to the bathroom to pee, Oliver's sister said that I looked familiar. Well, she's also 18, and I'm kind of like an IT girl back home. I used to be featured in magazines, so that must be it. I looked at her with a sly smile and said, I look like a lot of people. After the party, we spent the night looking at the stars and sharing our lives with each other. I know we both felt the connection, but we did not expect to have it. We realized that we have a lot of things in common. The next day, he took me to do some fun activities like horseback riding and going to the local market. We even went to a tea house with his grandma, and lastly, he took me to the tree house that he built when he was only 9. We shared a lot of laughs and stories in there, and also, this is where we shared our first warm hug. A few weeks later, it was time to go back to the city. I missed Anna, and I had a lot of stories to tell her. I also needed a friend to talk to. I am falling for Oliver. Maybe this is what he meant when he said he doesn't want to make things complicated. I guess I just have to wait for him to say it first. Back at the city, we went straight to Oliver's restaurant because Anna said she would meet me there. And when I entered, I was surprised to see my parents and Ryan. They tried convincing me to go back home. They said that I should make better choices, that they all want for me is to have a great future. They even said bad things about Oliver right in front of him. They said that Oliver is a black sheep, and he's rich, but we're richer than he is. Also, they said that he's got a bad rep, and that they don't want me to get with that kind of guy. Oliver excused himself. He went to his car, and I quickly followed. I gave him a hug and asked him to, let's get away together. We went into a scheduled beach resort and we spent the night there. I told him about how I feel about him, and he told me he's got feelings for me too. Then the night ended very passionately. The next morning, however, I did not see him anywhere. He just left. He left me a note saying, "I love you, Megan, and I'm sorry." Maybe my parents were right about him. I went home and talked to my parents. I apologized for running away, but I told them that I still don't want to get married to Ryan. I also told them about the shooting incident, and they decided to cut ties with their family because they don't appreciate what Ryan did. I stayed with Anna, but we looked for a bigger apartment. My parents started supporting us. We kept on looking for acting gigs while going to college. Anna and I both decided to take up theater acting. Over the years, we had a lot of experience in acting. Then someone called from a popular film saying I was referred by Oliver James and I needed to show up for an audition. He did not forget our deal, but I never ever heard from him anymore. I did not bother looking for him because if he wanted me, he would have never left like that. Well, I went to the audition and I got the part as the best friend of the main character, and it started my awesome career. 10 years later, I'm a household name. I have done so many movies. And now I was given a chance to host a talk show that is widely successful. And today, after so many years, I get to meet Oliver James again. He's my guest on the show. He's publishing a new book. I was really glad to see him again. After the show, we decided to have a cup of coffee. He started the conversation by saying, "I'm sorry for leaving." All I could say back was, "I guess it was for the better." He showed me a picture of his wife and daughter. Oliver said he named his daughter after me, Megan, because I'm his great, great love. I got teary-eyed. But wait, there's more. He started confessing the reason why he left. "I left you because I had a deal with your dad. If I stopped seeing you, he would let you live the life that you want." My dad strongly dislikes Oliver, so it kinda makes sense. No wonder my parents got so supportive when I came back home. And there I was thinking he left me for his own selfish reasons. Oliver sacrificed his love for me so I could have the life that I'm living right now. We called it a night, and his beautiful family was already waiting for him at home. And me? Well, I am single, but I'm married to my job.